video here as well that our brother from in the sea had.
Yeah, could still walk here and all praises to Yahweh Hashem, Shy boy. A blessed sight to see walk here boy. A blessed sight to see. You know, otherwise always say as the scripture it say, the many deep is the sea, the wonders of the most high now, you know. Yeah, we come out in the sea and you know, yeah, walk here boy. So that will be going on too, you know. Yeah, boy, hey. All praise to Yahweh Hashem, Shy walk here boy, all the time. Still there, you know. Yes.
Yeah, you know, so this precept here is the first precept that I'll be bringing. Again, this is your brother Yassad from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad, bringing on to you another lesson, well, it edifying. I'll start off with this first precept here. You know, this is book of Psalms chapter 68 and verse 17. It said the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. Yeah, because the chariots are the Lord, the thing that they call the so-called UFOs, which is unidentified flying objects, you know, which are actually chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, they are many. It have thousands of chariots. That is why a lot of time when I go out into the sea to work with them brothers that work in the sea, we see a lot of chariot sightings. That is why that video is even one of the brother, a bigger brother within the truth as well. He actually taped a video of a chariot, you know. Yeah, and actually it's an amazing sight. But get the scripture here in the same book of Psalms, chapter 107 and verse 23. It say, they that go down to the sea in ships, that do business in great waters, right? Because we go out into the sea with our boat to fish, you know, because that is some of the brothers' job to catch fish and to sell. Because even I think it was Peter, James and John, they were also fishermen. Yeah, I think it's Peter, you know, and James and John, I believe. They were also fishermen. But it also goes on to say, these see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. There is a marvelous wonder Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to see in them sight. Sometimes we does be there and we see all kind of 14, 15, 16 chariots line off, you know, passing by. And what we could do, we will pour to and give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because we know that through these chariots we gonna see our salvation. Yeah, that right there is gonna be our salvation through those chariots, you know. But I'll explain that further down within the video. Well, I'm gonna jump to this precept in the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 20, which says, right, I'll start at verse 18. And the Egyptians, verse 19. And the angel of Yahweh, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Right? Because this here is when Israel was in captivity under Pharaoh in the land of Egypt, you know, serving bondage. And the Lord sent Moses, you know, to redeem them. So after Pharaoh was actually after the children of Israel, you know, and the Lord sent his angel, to protect the children of Israel, and here we see, and the pillar of the cloud went before their face and stood behind them, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that no one came not near the other all the night. Yeah, because the chariot of the Lord was disguising itself as a cloud, a cloud of darkness unto the Egyptians and light by night unto the children of Israel. Yeah, and this here is just all the wonders and thing of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, protecting and guiding his people. Because it has scripture in the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7, would say, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivered them. Here, just as last time, when all the brothers, the brothers from the tongue camp, right, came by me, all of us came together to do a video by me, and the first thing when everybody got up we saw was a chariot, heading to the east, passing the moon. Yeah, and that was because almost every time when brothers gathered together, we actually see a chariot. We are always seen a chariot. And we want to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that. Yeah. I'm going to go next precept here within the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself. Because this here is the description Ezekiel saw of the chariot of the Most High, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. That is why the first a video, right, a show from on YouTube was a scene that like amber lights, like balls, spinning around and rotating and moving in all sorts of forms, and that actually is the chariots, because the chariots could actually shape shift, and even disguise itself as a cloud. Because that being a cloud, a time I went to my brother, and what we saw a small cloud. The cloud wasn't so big, right? But the thing about the cloud, it was so low. The cloud came down so low, and I was like, what that cloud, watch how low it is. And I showed the next brother, and when we was looking up on the cloud, we saw that the cloud started moving, but the direction the cloud was moving, normally when you look up in the sky, you would see the cloud, it would look like the moon moving, but the cloud, the direction the cloud was going in, right, it was heading to the east. That one particular piece of cloud was actually just heading to the east, and the movement the cloud make, right, it actually went upward, it went upward swiftly, and it went into the east and started moving very quickly. So that is why we came to the conclusion that this is a chariot. Because the movement of the cloud alone, we was amazed. Yeah, and these are just all the wonders of Yahweh Shemir Shai. Some of them appear in amber lights. When you go down into this Ezekiel, it's saying that it does have a color of beryl. And that beryl, when you go into the word beryl, it's going into different stones now. Like colors of stones and things. Yeah, so it does have red. Sometimes you see a orange, sometimes you see a blue, sometimes you see a kind of whitish light, you know. Yeah, but they are all chariots of the Lord. So I'm going to go to the book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 9. Let's see. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Because this here is Yahweh it's speaking of here. You know? And while he looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. Because this here is when Yahweh did die. Yeah, when Yahweh did die. And these here were two angels standing by. And the angel which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. Because Yahweh was being taken up into a chariot here. He was being taken up in a chariot, because they're going back straight to the Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7, which saying, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Yeah, because that cloud actually, as it explains in scripture, the Exodus 40 and 20, that is a chariot of the Lord. Even into the Apocrypha, the second Ezra chapter 13, is give a perfect, explanation for this. Yeah, and it's come out so much time. I wouldn't even bring it out, but I had to bring it out for edification's sake and for all the newcomers listening as well. So we'll go to it, second Ezra chapter 13, and I'll jump down to verse 6. It says, But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. Because this here is when Yahweh come in and great war. Actually, let me start at verse 1, so you get more understanding. It said, And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So that same man, going back, referring unto Yahweh right? And as it says in the Psalms 68, the chariots are the angels are the Lord are 20,000, and the chariots are 1,000, roughly paraphrasing. So this year is Yahweh coming back again in Yeah, in the second redemption, for the children of Israel, it's saying when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him. Now going straight back to the Revelation 1 and 7, you know, where all eyes shall see him, and they all gonna wail. All the kindreds are they gonna wail because of him. And whensoever the voice, right, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire, because there is the chariots sending out laser beams. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Yeah, because all the other nations after Babylon the Great is destroyed and war going on, all of them gonna turn to fight against the so-called UFOs and aliens, which is gonna be appearing strange unto them. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. Yeah, because a mountain is the chariot that he's gonna fly upon. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not, because that why it said all I shall see him. Because the chariot, the mothership he's gonna be coming with, is gonna be so big, gonna actually come past the earth, whereby everybody when they look up they're gonna see. They're gonna see the come in. Just as in the movie Independence Day with the big mothership. It's saying, after this I beheld, and lo, I wouldn't even go into this. But this here is just gonna be the war. But nothing can fight against the spiritual realm. All the technology at Esau Edom is actually nothing, because the Most High set his bounds. Yeah. So let me bring out this last precept here and look to wrap up. This is book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. I'll start at verse 1. It said, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. And that righteous man going into the prophets and the men of the Lord that standing out and bringing forth the word of the Lord, and having an uproar or a controversy with this wicked kingdom and this system. We coming out and bringing forth truth and uncovering the lies are the ones that afflicting us. And the ones that are afflicting us going, those are the same ones that put us into hardcore bondage and slavery, and we given unto them for bondmen and bondwomen up to even this day, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Because a lot of people expecting this white boy Jesus to come and save them and so forth, but it wouldn't be so. They're gonna actually be seeing strange things going on. But there's only the elect gonna understand and have that knowledge and be prepared, because they're gonna be the one filling their lamp with oil, which is this word, to know what's gonna happen in those times. Because we monitor all of the through the prophecies. And I thank the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for giving me the understanding. Yeah, because when them times come and you without oil, you're gonna be in some deep shit. Yeah. I'll read on down it say, and they were so far beyond all that they looked for. Yeah, because those same so-called UFOs and thing is what gonna bring redemption onto us. Unto the same one going out in the highways and byways and preaching this word and edifying we brothers and sisters and doing the will of the Most High. It say, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of the spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Like when we go out into the highways and byways, there's a lot of scoffers and a lot of people, regarding us and so forth. But the scripture already prophesied of those things. It say, we fools counted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Because they're gonna go into two-thirds of the people, that never take heed of this word and just wanted to be ignorant and stubborn and scoffers. They gonna be, ashamed and confounded. It say he is numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints. Yeah, because they gonna all be shocked and the same way how they thinking we are madmen and bedsheet and so forth. This is gonna be all a surprise to them, because the men of the Lord, they gonna be as precious as gold in those timing. Yeah. Yeah, because soon we're gonna be just as the day as in Noah, whereby the flood gonna start, whereby the rain gonna start falling, and all of these here is just signs with the drizzle, the breeze before the rain start to fall. Look what happening in I think it's Houston, with the power outages, a lot of people freezing to death. And if this continues, a lot of people is gonna die. Yeah, due to that coal, and without electricity to have a source of heat within the houses to warm their bodies. Hey, is all the works of Yahweh Hashem shall put the spirit upon these devils, Because we know Jacob's trouble is soon about to begin, Yeah, and I hope this lesson here was edifying. I just want to say double honors unto the elders at Great Millstone. And shalom, shalom, shalom.